I'm going to suffice by quoting you Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah ta'ala when he said, إِنَّ دَعْوَةَ الرُّسُلِ تَدُورُ عَلَى ثَلَاثَةِ أُمُورٍ. The da'wah of the prophets goes around three things. It all revolves around three things. The da'wah of the prophets revolves around three things. تعريف الرب المدعو إليه بأسمائه وصفاته وأفعاله. The first thing the prophets came for is to teach you who your Lord is that they are calling you to. We know the prophets called to Allah. قُلْ هَذِهِ سَبِيلِي أَدْعُو إِلَى اللَّهِ. Say, this is my way, I call to Allah. I call to Allah. So the first thing the prophets did is to teach people about Allah and who Allah Azza wa Jal is. How? His names and His attributes and His actions. The second, الأصل الثاني معرفة الطريقة الموصلة إليه. To know the path that leads to Allah. وهي ذكره وشكره وعبادته التي تجمع كمال حبه وكمال الذل له. He says, the second thing the prophets taught is how to reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is the path? And this is by remembering Him, by showing gratitude to Him, and by worshipping Him. And here, be careful what Ibn al-Qayyim says, it's very important. He says worship is what gathers complete love and complete humility. This is the ta'rif of ibadah عند Ibn al-Qayyim. Ibn al-Qayyim's ta'rif al-ibadah. Ibn al-Qayyim, he says that ibadah is kamal al-dhul ma'a kamal al-mahabba. It's complete humility. Complete humility with complete love. And this is one of the ta'rifat of ibadah, one of the explanations of ibadah. And there are others that look at ibadah from a different angle. But the angle he's coming at here is important to understand the names and attributes. Because to have complete love and complete humility before Allah, you have to know Allah's names and attributes. And the more you know Allah's names and attributes, the more you will love Allah and the more you will submit before Him. This is the second thing the prophets came with, to teach you how to worship Allah Azza wa Jal. And you worship Allah with complete love and complete humility, and that comes from the first one. وَالْأَصْلُ الثَّالِث, the third thing that they came with, تَعْرِفُهُمْ مَا لَهُمْ بَعْدَ الْوُصُولِ إِلَيْهِ فِي دَارِ كَرَامَتِهِ مِنَ النَّعِيمِ. To know all of the pleasures that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared for the people who follow that path. الذي أفضله وأجله رضاه عنهم وتجليه لهم ورؤيتهم وجهه الأعلى وسلامه عليهم وتكريمه إياهم. He said the greatest of these blessings is Allah being pleased with them and Allah showing Himself to them and them looking at His lofty face, and Allah Azza wa Jal giving them as-salam, and eternal safety, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaking to them. These are from the greatest of the pleasures and the blessings that Allah prepared for His servants. So Ibn al-Qayyim says the prophets came with three things: to teach you who Allah is, and then to teach you how to get to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What's the path? How to worship Allah. And then to tell you the reward of doing that. The reward of knowing Him and the reward of worshipping Him. All of that is based upon al-aslul awwal, the first thing, which is knowing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because you can't worship Him unless you know Him. And therefore, even the reward is built upon knowing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you say that the greatest thing that Allah prepares for the believers in paradise is to look upon His face, all of that requires knowing Allah's names and attributes, to understand it. And that's why those people who didn't accept Allah's names and attributes and didn't learn them properly, they don't believe in that blessing to begin with. So even the blessing, they're not able to understand it. Even the concept of Jannah, they're not able to understand it unless they understand Allah's names and attributes and His actions.